Good evening, everyone. This is Henry Gambell with simpleroptions.com, and in tonight's free video, I wanted to continue to stick with those topics that I had been sharing on, kind of sticking with a trio of trades, and add a couple new ones in for you as well. So I know I'd said I was basically done with MPC. I still had the position on, but I just wanted to go into some other analysis. It did have a great day today, and it gave us an opportunity to peel off some of those shares. Perfect extensions, really just exactly what you would like to see. A couple of the fresh names I had mentioned, and I like starting there kind of because I think if you liked that one and you see the concept in it, then you can move over into MRO, and that's also a place to trade. It's not, going to be a huge mover, I don't think, but it's just, getting the personality of these. And when I say it's not going to be a huge mover, it's not going to be like something like Amazon or Priceline, but look at the squeeze you saw here, look at the resulting move. So I think the signal is good for a push up into about 1675 or so, and that may appeal to some people that like trading some of those smaller priced shares. I had also mentioned STZ, which I could not have asked for better action from, and I think that continues to perform very well. And the third I'd mentioned with you was Microsoft. So not to say that every week will be quite that perfect, but those names have really done well, and today was a huge day for, especially for Microsoft. So those all worked great, and then I wanted to bring you two fresh ones with Abbott. The close back up above the 21 today is starting to get interesting to me on the back of huge volume. So you've got the squeeze in play there, and I think that might be worth buying next week. And then also FLIR is another name that I've been involved with for a couple of days now. I like the way that the momentum of the squeeze is shifting. I like the trade back up above the 21 EMA. And this is something that I'm trying to do just through shares and doing it a little bit just so I can be patient with it and acknowledging that if it wants to spend a little bit more time in this range, that's okay, but ultimately I think the print up into 50 is a solid target, and I think that those will be places that you can focus on trading. So I hope those are helpful. I hope you've been able to pull down some cash with the ideas, and I will continue to follow up with them with you as we get into next week. You guys have a good weekend, and we'll see you at the next free video.
Hey everybody, this is John, and just real quick, couple of the most frequently asked questions I'm getting about this class this Saturday is first, clarifying what exactly we're looking for on the multi-squeeze. Like, why is this different than a regular squeeze? What we're looking for is clumps of squeezes. So a 60-minute squeeze by itself may be like, but if you get a 60, a 2-hour, a 4-hour, a daily, and a 2-day together, it becomes very powerful. So here you can see that last week we were consolidating between 81 and 82 on a 5-minute chart, while the 60, 2-hour, 4-day, daily, and 2-day chart were building up squeezes. All right. Now, if we look at this today, we can see that PRA has had a huge move up here. And on a daily chart, it's like, oh, we just had this little 1-dot squeeze. So if you're just looking at a daily chart, very easy to miss this. But remember, we had a daily, a 2-day, an hourly, and a 4-hour. And so this is something that if we on a daily chart, we just would have missed. All right, and you can see here that this went well beyond any expectations of a 1272 and a 272. All right, so the 1272 here was 86.56, and the 1618 was up to 86.56 and then 88.71, and we actually blew through that as well. And so one question here is that this will tie in as well. How do you know when you get to the 1272 that this thing could still keep on going? So this is just one area where the top hats come into play. This is actually not even how I use them. So here you can see it's like, wow, this thing is blowing through that 1272 extension. There's no top hats, which means no algos are getting triggered to short it yet. Okay, when they're shorting it, they're just looking for reversion to the mean, reversion to the mean, reversion to the mean. So no one's doing that here except for right now. So now it's like, okay, great. We get to the 1272 extension. Fine, let's keep holding because we're not seeing any signs of funds starting to fade this move. Only now are they. Okay, so this helps us hold on to these things for longer. Okay, but more importantly, what this top hat tool does is essentially shows us the same triggers that a lot of black box systems and algorithmic trading systems use to start fading a market. Okay, crude oil. Here's an hourly chart of crude oil. they're getting signals, they're taking trades, reversion to the mean. Getting signals, reversion to the mean. Getting signals, reversion to the mean. Getting signals, reversion to the mean. What happens a lot of times in these situations are people are like, oh my God, oil's falling, I'm going to short it. And then all of a sudden it's like they shorted the low and get stopped out. Well, now this keeps you on the right side of all that, okay? Instead of here getting excited about a breakout and oil going to $60, it's like, nope, the algos are shorting this, so I'm going to short it. Boom, reversion to the mean. And of course, the same thing on stocks like Baidu. You know, Baidu had this great run, and right here during this consolidation, there's no reversion to the mean, but here there is. Why? Well, the algos started getting triggered here, and once they start taking their position, it just becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, so a couple of last-minute questions about the class this Saturday. Now, as I'm doing this Friday at 4:47 p.m. Central, you can see the class starts in 17 hours, 12 minutes, and 21 seconds. And keep in mind that there are 3 packages. If you go to simplertrading.com/ETF, you'll see them there. Now, if you scroll to the bottom of this, you will also see a coupon. And even if you have the class already, this is something that we always like to do, is that it's $1,000 off for our live event, which we've just recently booked in Austin, and it's going to be March 25th through the 27th. So that'll be something where you guys get first come, first serve. Anybody who signs up for either the Pro, Elite, or Master class, you'll get $1,000 off our live event, a coupon, if that's something that you'd like to do. And that thing, it always fills out fast, and essentially you guys get first dibs at a cheaper price, which is great. So how this is going to work for Saturday, and some of the main takeaways and the main things that we want to look at here. There's the link right there, and so I'll take 30 seconds real quick and go through the schedule. So for the Pro class, you're going to get a copy of our ETF course that we did a couple years ago, so you're up to speed on ETFs. If you're new to Simpler or newer to options in general, you'll want to show up at 10 a.m. Central for an options basic course that'll be taught by Danielle and Henry. And then you're also going to get a copy of the multi-squeeze indicator. Remember, that's kind of that bunching of squeezes that we saw in PRA. This is the tool that'll help you find those. And then we're going to have from 12 to 2, I'm going to be teaching the multi-squeeze indicator session that talks about the strategy, what to look for, how to play it, and all that stuff. For the Elite, you're going to get all of this plus these 3 additional items. The main one here being 3 days of live trading, which is great. Typically what happens is during the live trading, most participants actually end up making enough money to pay for the class itself, and some of them make multiples of that. That's the goal. These tools should be viewed as an ROI. I look at this as the Elite class is like buying 2 $5 options. You know, I should be able to sell those $5 options at a profit and continue over and over again with those tools. So this also includes the top hat indicator and the strategy, which I'll be teaching from 2 to 4. Okay, so those are the main ones. And then keep in mind that for either one, this one, or this one, you also get that coupon for $1,000 off to apply towards the live event if you would like to go there. This master class is all of this. It also includes a correlation tool, which is pretty nifty. That's something typically for more advanced traders or larger accounts. If you're not sure about that, I would just hold off and just do one of these, because I'll talk about this and you can upgrade it if you want to, all right, during the class. So simplertrading.com/ETF. This is going to be a fantastic class, and you guys are going to love it. This is going to tie into most of the trading that I'm going to be doing for 2018, a much more aggressive strategy of reversion to the mean and actually trading on the same side of the algos instead of getting run over by them, okay? You guys have a fantastic evening and rest of the weekend, and we'll see you at the next update.